Good morning, everyone. We got a super packed episode in front of us today. We're going to go through the Paradex bots, the bots on Extended, and the bots on Pacifica. So we're going to go over quickly bots on all three exchanges. What we're trying to do is to find the workhorse that we have found on Paradex, because on Paradex we've done $129,000 of volume in the last 24 hours at roughly $11. It just went down a little bit. It was at $9 when I grabbed the data, which means that we've been doing a million in volume for $87 on Paradex, which is absolutely incredible. I've said it before. Under 160 is the goal. Under or around 100 is great. Under 100 is fantastic. So let's dive into the bots and see exactly what configs I'm running on Paradex. And then we're going to have a quick look at Extended and Pacific as well. So jam-packed episode. Let's jump into it. All right, just quickly, as we can see, $129,000 worth of volume for roughly $11. Now this data got a little bit, it took me 20-30 minutes to put all of this data together. But so when I exported the data, it was at $9 per 120. Now it's 11 for 129. So it's going to be close to this anyway. So we're doing a million in volume on Paradex for $87 roughly, with an incredible fill rate. So the fills is essentially a way to see the efficiency of your market maker bot, right? If you have low fills, you have a lot of toxic or adverse selection, or toxic fills, meaning that you cancel a lot of the orders before they get filled, which means that you're getting a lot of fees. Whereas here, absolutely beautiful, high fill rate, over 1,300 in the last 24 hours. So on Paradex, we've really found the workhorse. Let's have a look at Extended, because on Extended, we're making some really interesting progress. We've had two really bad bots. So the Aster and the Sui, I just turned them off because, as we can see, they were doing a million in volume for $400 to $500, which is way too high. They were scalping bots, so I need to tweak the scalping. I was doing one candle and two candles, and the stop loss and take profit was way too tight. So I need to relook at the scalping bots, but I won't do that now. The prio is to find the workhorse, which I think is going to be the market maker bots. Because as we can see here, we've gotten the BTC market maker bot. Essentially, I've copied the configs that worked so well on Paradex. I think there might be some slight changes, but we're going to jump into it in a minute. It's currently doing a million in volume at $12. This is incredible. The volume is a little bit on the lower end, so it's done 31,000, roughly 31,800 in the last 24 hours. I've just increased the ticket size, so hopefully we can get the volume up a little bit without jeopardizing the cost per million, because I mean, anything below 100 is fantastic. $12 is a steal. It is absolutely incredible. So let's have a little bit of a look at what's happening on Extended. So we can see total now on Extended, we've done nearly $500,000 in volume, which is great. We've spent quite a lot. We've spent $300. We've done some really expensive testing here, but it's worth it. Hopefully you guys can avoid some of my expensive mistakes by just copying what seems to be working. So if we have a look at the last 1 day, a lot of this cost is going to be from the Sui and the Aster. As we can see, they nearly racked up, what is that, $48 worth of cost over the last 24 hours, which is probably going to be a little bit from exactly. So on Extended, they do not a rolling time window, but they look at from midnight to midnight. So you have a bit of the cost from the 8th of December and a lot of the cost from the 9th of December is going to be from the bots that we just turned off. So let's have a closer look at the workhorse, the potential workhorse on extended. We can see that I increased the trade size from 100 to 150. We have the 2 bip spread. We have the 10-second order refresh. We have a 5 bip on the skew and 0.6 on the hedge. Absolutely fantastic right now. If this can continue at this pace, I'm super happy. Hopefully I can bring up the volume a little bit. I would like to see maybe $70,000 to $100,000 in volume per 24 hours. So that's why I increased the order size on it. So hopefully tomorrow we can see a bit more volume without jeopardizing the cost per million too much. And then we're going to jump into Pacifica. So at Pacifica, we've also done some decent volume. We've done $70,000 in volume over the last 24 hours. However, we've done it at a very high cost. We've spent roughly $49. The cost per million would be 690, which is very, very high. And on Pacifica, it seems like BTC is trading a little bit more like a mid-range cap token. So what we've done, here you can see the old configs. So we were using a 6 pip spread with a 25 refresh interval. And the big changes that we've done now, or quite recently, is that we've increased the spread. Because it seems that we're getting a lot of toxic fills when we have the smaller spread. And what we've also done is that we have decreased the order refresh rate because essentially the orders didn't get filled, and then you were leaving a lot of time, or the refresh rate was so long that it didn't help generating more volume because the orders weren't getting filled, or they were getting toxic fills. So what we've done now is we've increased the bips from 6 to 9. We have decreased the order refresh, and we have also trimmed the hedged trigger slightly to avoid those really edge cases that can really affect the P&L negatively. And that's why we've also decreased the kill switch. So we've protected essentially the bot a bit more by decreasing the hedge, by decreasing the kill switch. Hopefully we're going to get a bit less toxic fills by increasing the spread, and hopefully we get a bit more volume and a bit better quality fills by decreasing the order refresh or the inventory refresh. So let's just have a quick look at Pacifica. So we can see a little bit actually since we've done this. You can see yesterday, this is when we've had really, really bad configs for Pacifica. We've had the tighter spread. And then last night I did a little bit of changes. And then right now we can actually see, since I did the changes, literally somewhere here, we can see that we've actually gone up. We've had a little bit of a positive P&L, $3-4 up over the last hour maybe. We can even see that here in the trade history. So super interesting. We're on the hunt. There the volume went up a bit as well, so we're grateful for that. We're on the hunt for the workhorses. It looks like it's going to be the market maker on Paradex, using close to copying those configs on extended. Seems to be working great. Incredible P&L, $12 per 1 million in volume. The volume is currently at 30,000 a day. We're going to try to get the volume up. And as we can see here on Pacifica, we've just tweaked it slightly. Pacifica seems to have a little bit of a different order book compared to the other ones. So on Pacifica, we are going for a wider spread, so 9 bip spread. We have put in better protection rails, so we've lowered the kill switch. We've trimmed the hedge slightly, and we've decreased the order refresh rate to also try and get a little bit more volume. Let's see how this goes. Tune back tomorrow to find out how. All the best until then.